All right.
Okay, so what I want to show you is, don't be alarmed. I'm going to stop the video, but you'll still be able to hear us, I hope. But this is what I want to show you. It's one of what we call some of those new segments that we do.
Oh, yes, yes.
So this is inspired recipe photos and Glenna's version of our bacon wrapped shrimp. And I showed this to Paul and he said, what are you doing? I said, it's in the kitchen with Paul and Judy, inspired recipe photos.
Ah.
So that's my new segment. So if you guys send us pictures of some of the recipes that you do, and you want to send me a picture of it, I'll put it in my new segment, ITKPJ, inspired recipe photos.
And I have to say, Glenna, I'm going out on a limb here. I don't think you only made 3. Did you eat all the rest and just had 3 to show now? It really is delicious.
She wanted to make a pretty presentation.
I get it.
But I would be impressed if you only ate 3.
We ate them all.
We ate them all in
16.
one day.
Yeah, 16. So we had some for lunch and then the rest for dinner.
Oh gosh, but it's so good.
I'm actually hankering for it again. As I was shopping today, I saw the shrimp there. I'm like,
I know. Well, now we know how easy it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like I know it by heart and don't even have to look up the recipe now that we've done it. I saved the recipe.
I'm going to hire a mercenary bacon wrapper. Because if you watch the video, you know that Paul didn't do very well at that part.
Oh, that's okay. Actually, look at the top right one.
Yeah.
Glenna didn't either.
Oh, you're calling her out?
Calling her out. No, too fun and too funny.
If Glenna and Paul work together to make that one, imagine the disaster that it might ensue.
I think it would be fun to try to do that together, in some kind of shared video.
Shared with LaDon.
We ate them all.
I should also, we have a submission from somebody on our bumper stickers and bar signs.
Yes, that's another segment that we started on our Sunday Funday. Aren't you glad that we didn't show all this stuff while the audio was terrible? Thank you. What's your advice for a happy marriage? Well, and I was actually going to say, if you have any questions, we can answer them.
Sure.
I don't know. What would you say the answer to that question? Somebody said we should write a book, and I said, I don't know. How do you write that down?
I don't know. First of all, it's just natural from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that we were very good friends for a long, long, long time. We met at work at QVC, and we were both friends. And we would, if we had like a day off, if we were meeting up happened to be passing in the host lounge, one person is coming off the air and the other person's prepping for their show. And we'd say, what's going on? Well, I'm going to go to the movies. Want to join? Yeah, I'll meet you there. And then we'd, get popcorn and then go on our merry ways. But we did that for 5 years. We were just really good friends.
I will say one time when we went to the movie theater, Judy wore leather pants.
I did. But that was after I'd already snared you.
Honestly, I think that we're both old-fashioned. I think that we should have been born in the 50s, been around in the 50s with the Rat Pack and all those guys, 40s. Mm-hmm. And so it was easy from the beginning. And there's like a mutual respect, I think, is really the sort of the key.
Yeah. Well, that is true. Friendship is a very good thing because the rest is so natural. But if you have that respect for one another, we still say please and thank you to each other like it just like rolling off a log. We never take
open her door.
Yeah.
And she's not mad about it.
No, that's true.
And
it's always funny to me when people are.
But the truth is, I know we're probably going too long-winded on the answer, but now that we have good audio,
Katie bar the door.
Yes. No, Judy said, what took you so long?
Oh, to hold my hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I sincerely said, we're very, very good friends and we're working at the same place and I don't want to screw it up.
That's right. You said, I don't want to ruin it. High risk, high reward is what he said. So he wasn't really willing to take the risk for years and years and years. Yeah. And then I'd be dating people and he'd be dating people and we'd check in on who was dating what, how it was going.
Judy was a little bit of a flirt in the host room.
Big flirt. Not little.
Okay, she was a big flirt.
I love making friends.
But anyway, thanks for the question.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Oh, you brought up the other segment. Yes. So let's show this week's edition of bumper stickers and
bar signs.
Yeah. So this is kind of neither, but neither was the one 2 weeks ago when we did the COVID testing in the rear.
Right.
Which was so funny. I think Chris sent us that one. I loved it.
And
I loved it.
Yeah. So anyway, when she sent this, she said it's not really a bumper sticker, but it's kind of like boys will be boys and men will be boys hanging out in the trees.
Right.
We thought that's kind of clever.
Right. Or something similar to like men in the weeds.
Yes.
Or men in the woods. We were just talking about being confused.
Yes.
In relationship. So that we just thought that was kind of funny. So even if it's a street sign and it's hysterical.
Did we have the other one did I send it to you? The one from Belize?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
So I'll have to use that the next time.
Week.
Yeah, we'll have to use
and keep those coming because it's kind of fun. Some of them are a little what I would call R-rated.
The signs?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, some
You mean
of them.
the ones that we took pictures of?
Some of those.
Oh, okay.
And then the one that your uncle sent us about the bookstore.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's probably not one that I could show.
But anyway.
Although I do have something I'd love to show you, but I wasn't able to share it from it. Since we're broadcasting on Facebook, I wanted to be able to show it to you because I think you can share things that other people post on Facebook. And I've turned the audio down on this because it has a recognizable song. And as you know, with copyrights, if you put on a recognizable song, it'll mute it. But just the video itself is so cute. So I want to see if it'll play. Let me see if I can get it here. Come up. So I'm going to put it on my phone and then show you. So first I want you to just see the setup of it. Okay. So there's the setup so that when I push the play, you at least have kind of an idea of what's going to happen. Again, no audio, just watch.
And the dog saves the goldfish.
Is that hysterical? The bottom of it was.
That's almost like the dog saying, "Not again."
I know. That doesn't belong out here. There's one in the bowl. The other one belongs in the bowl too. Speaking of good friends. Is that just the cutest thing? Maybe you've already seen it. I just got the biggest kick out of it because my uncle sent it to me. And I said, I've got to figure out a way to share it with these guys. And I can't just show it once. When I showed it to you, I had to play it again because it goes so fast. You think, wait, I have to register what I'm seeing here. Cat and carrot. No, that's not a carrot. It's a fish. Cat, fish, dog, carrot. No, dog, fish, fish in bowl. I just thought it was so funny. Were you able to see it? Isn't that great, Michelle? I just thought it was the cutest thing. Talk about great friends. And that's a nice follow-up to the question that we got earlier. Right, yeah. Just too cute. Lots of respect. Yeah, I thought you'd like that one.
So here's another discussion, I think. I'm just kind of freelancing today.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Did you have something else? Did you want to show your thing?
Well, we have a couple of videos that we wanted to be able to share with you about this week's uploads and then some stories with that. But go ahead.
No. We'll
We'll
save that for later.
Okay. All right. So I am going to, best laid plans, fingers crossed, and technology working. I'm going to upload a fitness video tomorrow for you guys. And it is called Living Room Workout. So if you have a living room, you're going to be able to do this video. Men and women alike, all ages. It's not that it's that easy, but it's a good challenge and you don't need a lot of equipment. I'm glad you like that, Susan. I thought it was just so fun. A friend sent it to me. It was a TikTok upload, I guess, but I think it was shared around Facebook too. So you might see it again. Anyway, so I'll show you what the video is and then I'll tell you the rest of the story.
Okay.
Who was the radio announcer?
Paul Harvey.
Paul Harvey. Very good.
How did that come into my
Very
brain?
Very good. I have no idea. I'm impressed. Stay down now and pulse it. Good. Very small motion. You're only moving by about an inch. Yes. Stay in control. Stomach tight. Squeeze those glutes. Keep going. You got this. You feeling it? That's your core working, baby, in the ideal living room workout. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Come on up. Drop that weight and grab that chair so that you have access to the back of it. I want you to come back into that first position, put your heels together, and we're going to tuck one hip. You're going to tuck to the left, tuck, and tuck. Again, shorten that rib cage from the chest to the hip. Just shorten. Everything else stays still. Just tuck that hip. You're working the obliques here, so you'll start to feel it in that side. Good. So there you go. That is the ideal living room
and
workout.
So you were wondering why I remained married to this woman?
Well, okay, so before I tell you more about where you can find it, I'm talking here. That wasn't aimed at him. That was aimed at the boat. Yeah, I'm talking. That's right. Oh, dear. I digress. So I'm in the process yesterday of editing that video because I had shot it last week and had all the bits and pieces and parts put together. And I'd gotten 12 minutes into the video and was just at the point where I was doing the last move, and then I was going to do the cool down and the goodbye, see you next week. And I'm editing, and you know how we had issues with our audio earlier today. So suddenly my mic goes dead. And I do these videos with music. And so I thought, well, maybe I can salvage this with one of the mics from one of the other cameras that I was using. But because the music was so close to those cameras and my mic on me was off where it's balanced otherwise, and I think I figured out what happened.
What happened?
Well, I was doing an exercise lying on my back, and so I'd moved my microphone over to my side. And I think when I moved it, I hit the mute button. Because there's a mute button and an on-off button, and there's a gain control on the side and everything. So after Sunday Funday today, I have to go back and shoot the rest of the story.
By the way, Judy wishes...
It's not going to be easy to edit that back in either.
There are times Judy wishes she had a mute button for me.
Not true.
And that's happened to me. We tried to do the thing with Tom Elliott, and all of a sudden, no audio.
Yes, you experienced the same thing.
It happens.
So you know what I said to Paul? I'm going to look for. I'm going to look for like a screeching car sound that just goes.
Or the record scratch.
Or the record scratch. Suddenly, in this part of the video, it came to a screeching halt because only the lips were moving. So that's what the rest of my day looks like, so that I can get it out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time and 7 a.m. Pacific.
I love it.
And I'll show you where you can find it too. So this is what you want to look for tomorrow. The living room workout. Hi, Deborah. So the drama continues. Oh dear. Which one of your videos would be best for core strength? This one. Ironically, I can't believe that you just asked that question, Marianne, because in the very beginning of that video, I say it's the ideal living room workout, and we're going to work the core. And depending on who you ask, the core is between the neck and the knees. And I said, and today's focus is going to be on the abs, the obliques, the hips, the thighs, and the buns. So this video that's coming out is a perfect answer to your question. That's going to be a good one to work the core.
And when you do the ab ace, also very good for the core.
Yes, when that comes out, I'm so excited. There hasn't been a launch on that yet, but we have a lot to talk about in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Yes. So that's where you can find it. So Lori's saying, a little cold but sunny in Chappaqua. Greetings.
Yeah. This is a Chamber of Commerce day in Tampa Bay because it's mid-70s.
It's really kind of beautiful.
in the middle of winter.
Usually on a day like this in short sleeve shirts, and I hate to even tell you I'm wearing shorts, but it's pretty spectacular.
Meanwhile, this is the telethon portion of the thing. I'm my YouTube channel, of course, Paul DC Gemstones. I want it to be the biggest free classroom on Gemstones on YouTube.
Yes.
And I've surpassed 800.
Yay.
So now I'm going to have to beg for, we get to 900. I think it's 827 maybe.
Yep, 827.
And thank you guys. Honestly, I truly appreciate it. And we wouldn't be able to do these videos if it wasn't your support. So tell your friends, So would like to get up to 1,000 on mine. I had fun with this lesson. This really was one of my favorites. I did one on marcasite, and I said in my little teaser, like marcasite might not really be marcasite. Wonder what that means. Let's check it out.
And I wonder whose jewelry box he raided just before he's going to do these videos. He says, do you happen to have any amethyst? Do you happen to have any marcasite? How about spinel? Do you have black onyx? And I'm getting all my jewelry boxes down and pouring through everything. So I found 4 pieces of marcasite in my collection. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at your video.
Today's lesson is very near and dear to my heart. I think it's one of the most underrated, underpriced gemstones on planet Earth, and it is called marcasite. Marcasite has the most bling for the buck of any gemstone. I also know that there are always purists who are watching this show who are trying to catch me in some sort of dispute or try and catch me for saying something that isn't really true, because technically when I talk about marcasite jewelry, it's not even marcasite at all. I know that sounds crazy, right? Okay, so what's the difference? What's the difference in marcasite and white iron pyrite? I thought they were one and the same thing. Actually, marcasite and white iron pyrite are what we call a polymorph. That means they have the same exact chemical composition, but something happens during the formation, whether it's heat and pressure and other things, that makes it a slightly different gemstone altogether.
I love this. Wait till you see this comment.
What comment?
Joshua, I recognize your suspension sterling marcasite heart pendant on the cord. See?
That is funny.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So yes, I've had my marcasite pieces for a very, very long time. And it was fun actually when Paul asked me to break them back out, because I wore mine around the whole day, didn't I? After you did the video.
Yeah.
And he said, where should I put this back? I said, oh, just lay it over there. And then I picked one of the pieces up, the one you just saw, the necklace, and I wore it the rest of the day.
Yeah, I've always loved it.
Yeah, me too. It's very glamorous.
And we already said that we are born in the wrong era. And marcasite is that sort of antique feel, and it looks better the more you own it and the more you wear it.
So I think Deborah has a question for you about true blue diamond not heated.
There is such a thing, and of course we all know about the Hope diamond, which is a blue diamond, which came from French crown jewels. It was stolen, like most of the famous ones were. But yes, there's a lot of treated diamonds these days to become blue. But yes, there are natural diamonds of almost every color.
I love the canary diamond.
Yeah, canary diamonds are beautiful.
The yellow. Oh, I just think that's such a pretty stone.
But anyway, you have to watch that, because I really did enjoy that. I really do enjoy marcasite, and I think it's really affordable and it's really fun jewelry. And find out why it's not really marcasite.
Yes, exactly. And what you're wearing instead that might look like marcasite, or that you think it is. But again, there is Paul's YouTube channel, and I think I may have been remiss in showing you mine, just in case you wanted to see the video tomorrow. That's the link to my YouTube channel. And so Paul's video is available now to watch, and the workout focusing on the core, Marianne, that will be available for you to watch tomorrow morning, if all goes well. Okay, as I say.
here's where the show's going to go off the rails. I have this. I said something to Judy before the show, and I want to know what everybody thinks about this whole Bitcoin thing. Oh, because I know it came out, and I paid no attention to it. And then there was a story in the news the other day that I shared with Judy, and it was some guy who had, I guess, the equivalent of, I don't know, $500 million worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah,
and he was.
It was actually on the news.
Yeah, and apparently you have a code to unlock your access to a
password, just like you do anything else.
And he can't figure it out.
And you only get 10 chances.
And he's used 8 of them.
or you get cut out of that access to.
But again, I paid no attention, and then I looked, and Bitcoin.
He's been trying, by the way, for 9 years.
Yeah.
Those 8 attempts happened over the course of 9 years because he keeps trying to figure out.
And I know that someone on the radio where I heard the story said, "Well, why don't you just get like a hypnotist to see and recall the memory?"
Right.
And then the other person said, "Yeah," and then all of a sudden the hypnotist is worth $500 million. Oh, I'm sorry, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Let me log in.
But now I've got the password.
He's apparently resigned to his fate. But then I looked up Bitcoin, and it's now worth $31,800
per share
per Bitcoin. So
if you have 100 shares,
that's $3.18 million. Now we know our son, who will be visiting us shortly. I remember, like, I don't know when it started, 5 years ago, 6 years, 7, 8, I don't know. Either. And he has some Bitcoin. I don't know. Does he have 100? He might be a millionaire.
And did he hang on to it?
Yeah, or did he sell it when it doubled? Who knows? Because, right. But I did learn one thing, because of course I have an inquisitive mind and I research stuff all the time. And I think the reason it's so expensive. Write down my passwords.
I've got a list
and then
of
lock
them
it in a safe that you can't remember
the combination too.
But anyway,
it's crazy, isn't it?
There's only, I guess, apparently, because there's other cryptocurrencies that have tried to jump in on the game.
Yeah.
The reason this one's doing so well, I guess they've limited it. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin.
Okay.
So part of the problem with
why?
This is the Economist.
Where did they come up with that number?
That's a set number. So that's why if 21 million people had already bought in at least one Bitcoin,
yeah,
and somebody else wants to buy one, well, it's what the market will bear.
And it's not even physical, is it?
No, it's
you
virtual.
Said they can't print anymore, so it's not even
right. But as long as they're limiting it to the 21 million,
yeah,
that's why.
But you can trade it with each other.
Yes.
Then you can use it for currency.
And this is the other.
Can they use it to buy your book?
Yes, they could.
How? We don't accept Bitcoin, do we?
I'll take a Bitcoin and give you all the books you want. No, but seriously, there's two things that I learned that are very important. One is it's not going to be ever the ebbs and flows of inflation, which affect most other currencies, because it's standard. There's only 21 million Bitcoin in the world. Mm-hmm. The other part is they wanted it to be free of any banking institutions. Now, this is interesting because some people have bought the book and bought it with PayPal or Venmo. Mm-hmm. Those are through banking institutions.
Yes.
And with people that are buying my book with PayPal gets cut of that.
Yes, there's a percentage.
And I mean, it doesn't come out of your end, it comes out of my end.
It's a fee, yeah.
It's a fee.
Just for the ability to use PayPal, yeah.
So there's nobody makes money on transactions with Bitcoin.
Oh, you're right.
So you can find somebody anywhere else in the world. This is not a commercial for Bitcoin.
What is it attached to? I see some of your makes no sense, and that's
what I thought. That's what I always thought.
Either I just thought, gosh, it feels like air. Like, how can air be worth something?
Well, I even said that about gold. Now, gold is again, you might say, that's the idea, is to have something like in bad times that doesn't lose its value. Gold has an intrinsic value. Yeah. However, if they found all of a sudden a huge, like when we strike in gemstone mines, we find a huge new gemstone mine. If there's a big, huge find in gold, that would dump a lot more gold on the market, which would be like printing dollars that causes inflation. Mm-hmm. But with Bitcoin, there's only 21 million of them ever. Mm. So I mean, it's kind of fascinating. I'm gonna have to ask my son, who will know a lot more of this than we do.
Yeah.
And if he does have 100 Bitcoin, I don't know how many he has. We're gonna charge him to stay here
when he comes to visit. No, that'll be $3,000 a night.
Yes. Did you want the view?
Just for our guests.
Anyway, I wanted to know what all of you thought about that. I felt the same way. And I even felt the same way about gold a little bit. I've told Judy. Yes, gold is a hedge against inflation. That's the traditional way of thinking. Mm-hmm. But if the world goes to heck in a handbasket, I cleaned that up.
Thank you.
Which is very nice of me.
Thank you. Nobody's ever heard the other word before.
What the hell are you talking about? No, anyway, I said if you are needing food and the person next to you has a farm, he's going to charge you however much gold he wants, because then food would be the new currency. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's my philosophy for the day.
Our economic lesson for the day. A famous gold discovery like 173 years ago today. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah. I don't know enough about it to even...
The Klondike Gold Rush, I think he's talking about.
Yes. Yeah. As far as Bitcoin, I would just sit and watch the ping pong matches. People talked about it back and forth because I would have no idea what I was talking about. But yeah, it is interesting to think about what it's worth and if you own any stock.
And it really is just a bit.
Yeah.
But it's worth $31,800 right now.
Wow.
Some are guessing it's going to go to 40,000.
Wow. I don't know. It seems so weird to even want to go in with 31,000 and buy one share.
Well, that's the other thing that I learned. Again, I'm weird with this. Judy knows this about me. I'll go and research stuff on the internet. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Is that like buying cents
I'm
to
going to get
make up $1?
I will have. I got to do the math right now.
Is that like using cents to buy $1?
Yeah. Well, when it first came out, this is something else I read. It was worth like fractions of a penny.
Oh.
Imagine you bought it then.
Yeah.
I'll buy 100 just for lark.
Right.
$3.18 million now.
Right. Wow.
If you want to donate any Bitcoin, just kidding.
Boxes of books will come your way.
Yeah, I only have 24. I'm sorry, after LaDawn, 23 shrink wrapped.
Yes.
Colored gemstone books left. Mm-hmm. I have 1,000 of the opal books. I'll send you 1,000 opal books for a Bitcoin.
For one Bitcoin. What a deal.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, you guys. It's been an interesting
a weird day from the audio to the cigarette boat.
I know.
The whole gamut.
To me now, having to go back and shoot more of my video.
But I won't let her shoot it for very long because today is Sunday, it's Brie Day.
Yeah,
with our red wine.
This is true. Patricia. You're so cute.
All right, guys.
I love you guys.
Thank you. We really do appreciate you watching.
Yes, absolutely. We'll go back and read all your comments, especially the ones that didn't pop up here. Thank you so much. And we plan to see you again next weekend. Same bat time, same bat channel.